EAGER. You know, that thing that she turned 6 months about a week ago. Welcome. Hi guys. Welcome to tonight's asthma session. Hope you enjoy. This triggers. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, please do turn the notification bell on so that you can be notified each time we post an asthma video. So how is everyone doing today? Hope you are all fine, happy, healthy and thriving. On our side we are good. Baby is sleeping as usual. We are shooting at night. It's around 10 minutes past 11. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining our asthma community. And yeah, we have a 6-month-old baby. She turned 6 months about a week ago. And yeah, she's keeping us. Oops, the white head stuck in my nail. She's keeping us super busy. To enjoying every minute we spend with her. Gosh, guys, she makes us so happy. It's the kind of joy that, you cannot even describe. When you look into your child's eyes and you see them looking at you like you are their everything, you just feel that you're filled with just so much indescribable joy. So yeah, she's the light of our lives, really. So I'm so glad that you guys enjoy the stories I tell on here. Stories about my childhood, growing up in Africa, in Kenya to be specific, being raised today I thought I should speak about the things that my grandma was right about back then that I didn't realize until when I grew up. You know, that thing that our parents or guardians tell us, you don't see it now, but when you're grown up or later on you will understand. Well, today I'm going to just be discussing a few of those things that my grandma or auntie, who are my primary custodians when I was growing up, used to tell me. And you know, then I used to take their words for granted, because you know, when you're young, you always think, what do these people know? They're so old. They don't know nothing about nothing. But then once you grow up, you're like, oh my God, they were right. There's some things that I've experienced in my life, and in most cases, I'm always half near calling my grandma or my auntie to thank them for telling it to me, you know, for teaching it to me. So growing up, I had one girl that I trusted to be my friend, but I also wanted the neighbors' kids to be my friend. But I guess they found me to be weird and poor, so they never wanted to, you know, associate with me so much, like the direct neighbor. And I remember one time telling my grandma, well, you know, the neighbors' kids play with me, you know, we play games, but they never really treat me like a friend. We play games together like skipping rope and other games, but they were not really my friends. Like if they had something to eat, they wouldn't share with me. You know, it was really a crazy dynamic. So anyway, my grandma would tell me, don't worry about them not being your friends. You don't have to have so many friends. And also, it's okay if they're just your neighbors. They don't need to be your friends. Once I grew up, that really resonated. Back then I didn't see it. So my grandma always told me like Swahili proverbs. She said them to me and my cousins. Swahili proverbs, basically, that have a lesson behind them, you know, like have a meaning. She used to like to tell us those kind of proverbs, just as a sign of like a kind of a warning about life. So I remember there's one that she used to say all the time, asiyesikia la mkuu huvunjika guu. Basically, she would tell this to us, especially to me, because I was the most stubborn one. So to translate the proverb or the saying, it means the one who doesn't listen to an elder will break their leg, or that's a metaphor. In other words, if you don't listen to someone older than you, who's wiser than you, something bad will happen to you. You know, you will learn a lesson the hard way. Yeah, so she always told me, Sheila, I've told you everything I need to tell you. Asiyesikia la mkuu huvunjika guu. And you know what? She was right. seen leaving the bar, or if you are known to frequent the bars, basically you are just, a demon. There was no hope for you ever. So my grandma always warned me that people who love bars and drinking and dancing, it never really ends well for them. Well, when I was in college, I went to a lot of bars, and I used to drink. Not so much, but I used to drink. But then I always had that voice. My grandma would tell me at the back of my head, enjoying bars will be the end of you, if you enjoy this kind of lifestyle too much. Yeah, so each time I would walk into a bar, I hear her voice at the back of my head. And yeah, soon enough, I felt like this wasn't the lifestyle I wanted. So guys, today I thought I should try something different. I'm not gonna have a zoomed part on this video. We're gonna zoom in the next video. So yeah, I don't remember what I was saying before I went to feed the baby. She woke up and I could hear her from the baby monitor just going. Strangely enough, when our baby wakes up in the middle of the night, she doesn't cry. She just starts to coo and sometimes softly cough. Then we'll hear her and then we'll wake up. Anyway, one of the things that my grandma would tell me so much growing up was that I should stop being too eager. Eager. I don't know how I'll say it. E-A-G-E-R, eagerly waiting. I used to be so eager as a child. And also so curious. And I guess naive as well. So it was just a crazy combination. And she would tell me that I should, question everything in life. And not to just take people's word for it, take everything literally the way I saw it. I didn't learn this until very late in life. I guess in my early 20s, that's when I learned, to question everything and everyone that crossed my path. To be very naive. And my grandma would tell me, you need to outgrow this naivety. There's always a meaning behind everything. I'm so grateful for it. It's among the things that I'm so grateful for that she taught me that. So as I told you guys, my grandma loved Swahili sayings and proverbs. She would teach them to us, or she would use them as a learning, how do you say it? A lesson basically. For example, when we do something wrong, she would say, asiyefunzwa na mama hufunzwa na ulimwengu. That means if you're not taught by your mother, the world will teach you. And she was telling us that if the world has to teach you, it's gonna be rougher than I am, harder than I am. And she was right. The lessons the world has taught me. Wow. My grandma would always tell me not to be in a hurry to grow up. And with that I used to challenge her, and I was to be like, no, I want to be grown. And do grown things, pay bills, get married. But I wish I knew what I know now. I don't know if you guys know that meme of that reality TV show called Curly Red. The meme that she brings some receipts and she's like, it was all a lie, guys. It was all a lie. Well, I'm grown now, and sometimes I wish I could just call my grandma and tell her, please help me fix this and fix that. Because being a grown-up is crazy. Adulting in general is just exhausting, to used to say to us, my cousin and I growing up, that we shouldn't be too available, to do things, to be for people. And even though I haven't seen this so much in my own life, I've seen this in my husband. My husband is such an agreeable person, and when he was working, like in a company, a 9 to 5, now he works in his own company. He started his own company, and he's also a part-time certified pilot. So he works part-time as that, and he works in his company. Anyway, when he was working at 9 to 5, when we first met, just to sum it up, the people used to put so much work on him, be like, oh, Ibrahim is available this weekend, he's gonna do it. Oh, just ask Ibrahim to do it, he will do it, Oh, yeah, just, if you can't make it, just let Ibrahim know so that he can come. And since he's so agreeable, you would be like, okay, yeah, I'll do it, no problem, I'll be here, I'll help you. He's that kind of a person. And then when I would see that, I would remember what my grandma would tell me: do not be so available to people that will use you. And again, she was right. I remember my grandma used to tell me that I should find a man that loves God and fears God, because if he fears God, he will not, do anything bad to me. She was very right in that. When I was looking for a life partner, the very first thing on the top of the list was, do you know God? What are your, religious beliefs? And yeah, here we are today. So again, I didn't see it then, and it didn't make so much sense back then, but now it does. When I was young, my grandma used to say, an empty mind is the devil's workshop. I have to tell you guys, she used to quote either the Bible or old Swahili proverbs and sayings. So if you have nothing to do and you're just lounging, just doing absolutely nothing, that the devil will use your mind to do some crazy stuff. I don't know if I've told you guys that my grandma was a staunch Christian. So it was only right that she quotes the Bible, all the time. I remember when we were young, my cousin and I, because I've told you guys, the people who listen to most of our vlogs know that my grandma raised my cousin and I the longest. Because other cousins came, but that was much later. When we were young, she used to tell us, you guys go to sleep, and we'll be like, no, I'm not sleepy, we're not sleepy, we're gonna, chat until midnight on a school night. So I have to tell you that those times we didn't have electricity, so we had this paraffin lanterns, and my grandma would be like, well, if you're gonna sit there and chat on a school night, especially Thursday, Friday, chat without finishing the paraffin in my lantern, and we would just chat in the darkness until midnight, and in the morning we would go to school so sleepy. But we wouldn't tell her that, because if we did, she'd be like, you need to start sleeping early, you should make it a must we sleep early, and we didn't want that. Yeah, so I wish we listened and slept as much as we could then, because even now, being a new mom, I get very little sleep. And the fact that in Europe, it's I'm gonna make a separate video just talking about my experiences of being Europe, it's quite hard to get outside help. It's not impossible, but it's kind of hard because it's super expensive. The amount that you have to, pay someone to come, even help you a few hours a day, not even a live-in nanny, just a few hours a day. The second last thing that my grandma would tell us all the time is, we should know that not everyone is our friend. That some people will just pretend to be your friend to get, something from you. That not everyone who tries to be your friend has good intentions. I'm sure so many people have had this from their parents or guardians, but this is the one truest thing, really. I've had people pretend to be my friend just to learn something about me and use it against me. I remember a crazy story that happened to me in the first year in university. I let down my guard and I let 2 or 3 people into my life. Just told them about my upbringing and stuff. I have to say that I was in a Christian university. And the moment they learned something about me, they spread it to the whole school. Even the dean of students heard about it. I had to leave that university and, just go to another school and start afresh. Not the semesters and courses, but, just